to the RunRX podcast, where we talk about all things running. As many runners know, it's 90% mental. So join Coach Valerie and Coach Caroline as we go through the mental side of running. Welcome back to the RunRX podcast. I'm your host, Coach Caroline, and I'm here with Coach Valerie. Coach, we've been talking about being caught in your limitations and then also being overzealous about what you can do in the last couple of episodes. And this month, we're going to be doing another virtual clinic. We've done a couple of these before. Tell me why I should come into the virtual clinic and why it's really important for me to work with you.
Well, the best reason to come into the virtual clinic is to really start to learn about your running, start to learn about running in general. And especially if you've been following us and you've seen the little videos on the social and you've maybe tried some of the tips, the best part of coming into the virtual clinic is we're going to show you something really simple that you can keep with you forever that's going to make an immediate difference in your run.
Right. And so it doesn't matter if I'm a avid runner. Can I come in if I'm injured? What should I do if maybe it's January, I'm just getting started. I ran a couple of years ago, but I've been out of it for a while. Is that right for me? Maybe I should wait. What do you say to me if I say I should wait?
To be honest, there's no limitation on yourself to come in. And so we want someone that's never run before. I want someone to come in that's run their whole life. The best part about running, right? We love this about running, is that anyone can run. That's the joy of running and why most people want to run, right? You're supposed to just be able to put your shoes on and go out the door and run. And that's what really ultimately everybody wants to be able to do. And that's the best part of RunRX, is because that's what we do, is we teach you how to do that. And even if I've been running forever, right, there's still something I can learn. If I've never run, then I'm going to have a clean slate. And especially those of you guys that have done the start and stop. There's a lot of those. I went out there, I tried doing a plan, it didn't work for me, or I haven't run in a long time. Or of course, if you're injured. Yes, if you're injured, you can come in. And especially, guys, if you're injured, because you're going to have to be with yourself while you're injured. And what better way to spend your recovery than learning how to move correctly, so that as you're able to move more and more, because we teach walking too, and as you're able to move more and more, you know how to move.
Yeah, so we've actually had people all walks of life, injured, not injured, just starting out, been running for a long time. And just in the short period of time, just at the virtual clinic, they've actually been able to improve just with the little bit that she's showing you. It's just, we really have been able to boil it down to the essential elements that you need to be successful. Now, we also hope that you'll be able to work with us long term. But what if I can't be on the lives with you? How are you able to teach me virtually? What is it that you give me that I can't get if I go to say a different kind of running plan or a different kind of situation? What makes you so special? That's going to be a hard one for you.
Well, I think that what makes us unique is that I teach the movement of running. And what's amazing is you learn how to move correctly in place. And this is something that is, again, I've been teaching this for over 20 something years. And so for me to be able to take what I know and teach and be able to do it basically you can learn with me, right, in this small space, but also you get feedback. And so for so many other coaches or coaching programs, the feedback is only on your distance. I don't know that many coaches that look at you, right? I mean, well, and in the virtual clinic, you are going to
have the opportunity to send in a gait analysis if you choose.
Okay, so you do have an opportunity. You will,
right.
Okay, so I was going to say that one of the things that sets me apart from other coaches, or RunRX, the whole program, is we actually will watch you run and we'll watch your movement. Yeah. And if you're injured, we will watch you in place. And that's the beauty of what you're going to learn. If you do not do the gait analysis, you will still get the benefit of coaching feedback. And it won't be coaching like, you need to go run 3 miles. It's coaching like, hey, Valerie, I felt this while I was running. And was this correct? Is this the right feeling to have? What was I doing that was right? Or maybe this was not right. And these aren't questions that you can ask other coaches if there's no teaching of technique or skill.
Right, definitely. So guys, we normally talk about what we're going to talk about, and this was kind of a setup. I did not tell her what I was going to ask her about this, but I need you to understand, though, it's because I kind of knew the answer. Obviously, I work with her. And the point is that if you are injured, if you are just starting, even if you've been running for a long time, this is the perfect time to come and join us, even if it's just for the virtual clinic, because you do live with yourself. And because I have seen her over the last, 4 years we've been together, she doesn't have to be with you. She doesn't have to necessarily watch you run. I love it. She loves it when she can watch you run because it makes it a lot easier. But we can help you even if it's virtually, even if you're not. And one of the great examples that I love to give is Valerie runs with a couple of, not me, but with a couple other runners pretty much every day. And we've joked about the idea that when she's running with you, like she could be right next to you, right? Running with you. And she doesn't stop her run and reach out and go, oh, you need to change this angle or you need to do this. She's running, right? She's not like looking at you. She's going to talk to you about it afterward when you say, oh, that 3rd mile, gosh, I just couldn't keep going, or my arms felt so heavy, or I felt like my chest was going to explode. That's what we're talking about there, guys, that most coaches
or my shins
don't.
Or my calves.
Yeah. Or I was doing really good until that 4th mile. And she could say, well, I happen to be next to you, so I can tell that you started leaning back more. Like if she was with you, she might be able to tell you something like that. But I don't think you've done that.
No, you can't. And this is important, guys, because if you're running, if you have a coach that the way they're coaching you is running with you, it's not running coaching. What we do, and it's a different style. Let me say that it's a different style of coaching, completely different.
Correct.
What I do is I help you with your movement. So Caroline's right. And it, by the way, took me a long time to get there, just so you guys know, because of course, as every other coach, I started only in person. And then I moved into teaching groups. I started one-on-one, moved into group training, large group training, even bigger group training. And what would happen, it didn't matter if it was a one-on-one or a group. As soon as they went on their first run after the clinic, they really had forgotten so much of what they learned because we tried to teach way too much stuff. If I only have you for 1 hour, can you imagine? Like your brain is fried when you leave. So it was the same way with the clinics. And so what we found was, if I can help you, once you go for your run, that's when you need me. Like, you learn from me, of course. And then when you go for a run, the feedback is what you need. Because when you go out to run, only you can feel your run. So then when you come back to talk to me, then we're speaking a language we can communicate. That's the beauty of what you'll get. But coming into the virtual clinic will be such a great opportunity for you to experience that. So I'm going to try this movement. I'm going to see how it feels. And then I get to come back and say, wow, this felt like this, or it didn't feel like this. And why not? That feedback is very different than just you saying, if I say to you, go run 3 miles, and then you come back and say, I did it, check. You see what I mean? And all I ask you, well, what was your pace and what was your heart rate? You tell me that. I just still didn't learn anything until we understand the communication of the running that we're talking about. Then it's a whole different conversation.
Definitely. So we hope you guys will join us for the virtual clinic. Go to our website at runrx.fit. That's runrx.fit. And you can find out how to work with us right there. There should be a big green button that says join the virtual clinic. And we hope you will join us. We hope you'll actually go ahead and get the gait analysis. We really want to see you run. And it really helps sometimes to have somebody watch just you movie and help you to correct it. So we really hope you guys will join us, and thank you for being listening to our podcast. If you have the time, please rate and review 5 stars. We love 5 stars. And if you have any questions, sometimes we come up with content based on our thoughts and our stuff with our members. But if you have a legitimate question, maybe you've been trying something, maybe you can't get to the virtual clinic, or you have a plan or something like that, anything, go ahead and email support@runrx.fit. That's support@runrx.fit. And we'll go ahead and put it on the podcast, because we love answering your questions live here. And that would just give us more stuff to talk about in our daily podcast, in our weekly podcast. So thanks, guys. Hope you have a fantastic run.
Thank you for joining us on the RunRX podcast. If you'd like to know more, join us at www.runrx.fit. And if you have additional questions that you'd like answered on the podcast, email us at support@runrx.fit.